working with Sergey Kovalev?
Well, Sergey, he likes to talk a lot of trash. He said a couple bad things. He's blaming me for his loss. But let me say this. You can't blame me for your loss when you quit. And if you look at the fight, he quit. He quit. Once Andre started going to the body, he was done. And I knew they going in. And I told Don Turner in camp, I said, if Ward goes to the body, Sergey's done because he can't take it to the body. So right now, I don't know where he's at. He's been saying a lot of bad things, trying to blame me for his loss. But when you don't train properly for a fight, you can't blame me. You can't blame me for things that you don't do in camp that you should do to make you become a better fighter and to win the fight. So, the first fight was questionable. I thought he won it, but the second fight, hey, he showed his true colors. He quit, and that's the bottom line. I don't care how you tried to take it, say it. If you hit me low, I'll hit you back. You're going to quit one way or the other, but I'm not going to stop fighting him. And he quit. So I don't know where we stand. He's been saying a lot of bad things, and right now I don't know where we stand. But right now, as the way it looks now, no, I'm not his trainer any longer.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, to me, the first fight took a lot out of him. It's like, I thought he won the fight. I'm sure you thought he won the first fight, John. But it's like, I didn't feel he was ready for that rematch. I felt that, he was talking a big game. I don't know if he got pushed by his management or whatever. Is that really something you, as a trainer, I know you're not you're not the guy that controls his career, but is that something you were against or were you for?
No, I was for the rematch because there was nothing else out there for him because, Adonis hasn't stepped up to the plate yet for whatever reason. And there really weren't any more marketable names for Sergey. So that was the logical fight for him. And since he won the first fight, let me take that back. I'm sorry, he lost on paper. I thought he won the first fight. If there were just things he had done just a little bit differently, I knew for the second fight the Ward was going to try to crowd him. Because, if you give Sergey distance, you're in trouble. And Ward's a very intelligent fighter, so he knew going to the second fight he had to crowd Sergey. And that's what he did. He got close, he went to the body. I won't say that Sergey, the second fight was there for him. Let me tell you what Sergey's problem was. He started making money. He started getting big-headed. He thought he did it all himself, and that was his problem. Once he started getting money, his whole attitude changed. He didn't want to train hard anymore. Every camp was worse and worse and worse. He didn't want you to push him. So it was just, the second fight, yes, I wanted to take the second fight to prove that he won the first fight. But in camp for the second fight, he did less than he did in the first in camp. So, if you're not hungry any longer, then that's on you. And he showed his true colors. Now, now he wants to come back, but you're damaged good. Yeah, you can probably beat a couple guys, but now people know your secret. You can't take it to the body, so you're in trouble.
So John, excuse me. So you already knew he couldn't take it to the body going into that fight that good?
Yeah, but listen, I'm telling you something. He and I was trying to teach him how to fight on the inside because for years he wouldn't listen to me. I said, one day you're going to need this. So for the second fight, and Don Turner, he's my witness, he sat there, and I did some body work with Sergey. I tell you, he quit on me. I made him fold up. I'm 54 years old, and I was in some body shots. He couldn't take it, and I told afterward the session. I told Don, he's done. I said, if Ward gets close and can withstand the early shots, Sergey's in trouble. And that's what happened. Listen, he proved me right. But I'm not going to say that, before the second fight, I didn't say much. I wasn't trying to build the fight up. I wasn't trying to brag on my guy. I let it go because I knew if Ward fought half of what would be the first fight and pressure Sergey, it was over.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, champ, and I mean, don't get mad at me. I like to I don't like to pull any punches, man. You're a champion. You don't like to pull any punches either. All that shit, before the fight. Rick Reno posted on Boxing Scene. You were going to go to their camp. They were, you were calling them and all. What really happened? I mean, the fight's been over for months. What happened?
Yeah. No, they reached out to me, honestly. I got a call one day. And this is how far it went back far as January. But I kept it under wraps. And, they made a call. They said, what do you think? Listen, Sergey and I have been going through, we've been going at it for years because he's just a real asshole, to say it that way. I got to say it. He's really bad, man. So, with each passing fight, the more money he made, the worse he became. So, I got a phone call from someone in his camp, and they said, John, what do you think about coming to our side? I said, well, you got to make it worth my while. I said, because if I trade sides, first of all, they're going to call me a traitor, and they're going to say I'm a backstabber and everything else. I said, but they don't know how this guy is in camp. I'm ready to leave. So, so think about it. You called me in January. The fight's in June, but you're dragging on. And I'm not going to say you drug it on, but it got to the point where I don't know if my side got wind of it, but I was made an offer, and I was guaranteed, not by the fighter, because every fight, this guy wants to cut your purse. Every fight. Trust me, he's a piece of work. So So I was made a guarantee by others that whatever I would get paid my full percentage after the fight. So once I did that, and they kept just dragging on with Ward's side, and it wasn't Ward's fault. So I'm just gonna say it just was. Let's say it might have been a lack of communication. I'm not gonna blame anybody. It just didn't work out. So I had this offer in front of me, and it was guaranteed. I said, okay, I'll train this cat because he can still win the second fight, and that's why I stayed with his side. People say, oh, man, you're a traitor. No, if you knew how this cat was in real life, you'd want to leave his camp too. I've been, after our very first fight together, I told my assistant before the fight, after this fight, we're done with this guy. He's a real piece of work. But I watched how he dismantled Darnell Boone the way I thought he could, and I said, you know what, this guy, he can do something if he just listens. So I said, let's stay around for a while.
Yeah, but
so,
if it got that bad and you knew that the body shots were going to be the end of him, you knew, what his downfalls were. You knew he was not ready for this fight. You knew he was an asshole. Was there a little bit in the back of your head just saying, you know what, fuck this guy. I'm going to tell him to go fuck himself.
Man, I've heard these.
It's been like
hold on. I've heard these asshole stories about Sergey. Are they that bad, John?
Listen. He makes Russian people look bad. Because all the other Russians I train, especially the Muslim Russians, there's some wonderful people, man. They give the shirt off their back. This guy, he's completely different. He wants everything for himself. He's just really selfish person. I hate to say it, he's just a really selfish person. I'll put that out there because I hear he's been saying all kind of stuff, crazy stuff. But he's just that bad, man. And here's my thing. Everybody said, why you should have left him. I said, well, my loyalty was to main events and his manager because they were always good to me. And they made sure every fight I got paid what I was supposed to get paid. Because this cat here, when he got paid, he didn't want to pay you. So they made sure I got what I was supposed to get. So they I stayed around for them. And I said, Ward's side took too long. So I said, you know what, I'm not gonna sit and mess around because I might not get anything. Let me get my deal with them and sign it and let's go to work. Because I still believed in my heart that he had a chance to beat him. But once he came to camp, and I saw the way he was training, he wouldn't change it. I said Ward does what he's supposed to do. He's in trouble. My thing was if he caught Ward early with one of those long shots, he might be able to get Ward out. But I knew as the fight wore on, he was in trouble.
Yeah. Wow.
So, do you think that main events is having a hard time with him too?
Man, listen, everybody's having a hard time with him. I told you he won this belt, and he thought he did it all himself. He didn't give his manager any credit, main events any credit, me any credit. He said he done this all on his own.
Damn.
Every fight, he became worse and worse. And like I said, not right now. I still haven't said anything. You guys are the first people I ever talked about this. But once I read a few more things and it gets close to the next fight, I'm gonna blow his ass out of the water. I'm gonna show how he truly was, person he truly is. And all I say is the next person that trains him, you better get your contract signed before you start training this guy because you won't get paid what you're supposed to get paid.
Do you feel that was Sergey, or do you feel that it was some of his team?
No, that's Sergey. Listen, that's Sergey. Sergey runs everything in that camp. That's all. Let me say something. It's bad when everything this guy has, he has his emblems and his stuff on. Everything has crushed on. I mean, everything. His car, his house, everything in the gym has it. The bags, speed, everything. This guy, he's so egotistical cat, man. He just thinks he done all this stuff. But guess what? When the other shoe drops, he's gonna see how life really is for him.
Man, I tell you what, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a whole long time ago when he was just coming in the States, fighting in North Carolina, fighting on club shows. Yeah. No one knew who the hell he was.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I tell you,
and the people that helped him with that, he cut their throat.
Man,
most people, So
does everybody? Be honest. I mean, does everybody that's working in your camp now, in your team, are they kind of glad that he's not around?
Well, listen, main events still that's still their biggest fighter, so they still need him. So hopefully he for them. His fight in November was supposedly supposed to be with the Cuban fighter
Barrera.
Barrera, thank you.
Still Barrera.
They're supposed to fight. So maybe he'll go forth and then win that fight. But at light heavyweight, he has such a hard time making the weight. First of all, there's not much for him to do at light heavyweight because this other kid, Arthur Beterbiev, I think his name is, the Russian kid.
Yeah. We just had John Scully on talking about him. He works with.
He's the one that I always Okay, he's the one that I always thought would beat. He was the person that I always thought would beat Sergey. And the reason why I say that, because he's a tremendous puncher. I know if he went to Sergey's body, he was going to break Sergey down. I always thought he'd be the person. Andre was just a little bit smarter and got to him first. But Arthur was the person I always thought that would eventually beat Sergey and just break him down systematically, because he's that type of puncher, and I think he can. So.
Man, everything that you're talking, you've seen some stuff happen in the gym. You've seen Sergey get knocked out to the body, ain't you?
Listen, I had a kid I trained years ago named Isaiah Thomas, cruiserweight. Had a lot of potential, just threw it all away. He beat the crap out of Sergey one day in the gym for me. I was so happy. When I say he beat the dog crap out of Sergey. He dropped him and everything. I was so happy, man. I thought, because at least he brought him back down to earth for a couple of months. When I say he beat the hell out of Sergey, he beat the dog crap out of Sergey.
Wow, are you talking about Isaiah Thomas from Detroit?
From Detroit, my boy. Yeah, he beat.
Isaiah that's my boy, man. That's my boy.
Man. He's just lazy. Come on. He's just lazy. He got all the time in the world. He beat
he lazy as hell. Yep.
If he was just trained, he'd be world champion. But he'd beat Sergey so bad. Sergey said, "I'm not ever moving to cruiserweight." But now he got a little bit older.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, you got a lot of good talent, besides Kovalev in the gym right now. Brian Jennings,
yeah.
He had some downfalls. It seems like he shook it off. I mean, what is his mentality right now? Does he feel like he's totally back, or is he still kind of a work in progress?
No, he feels like he's back. But like I told him, I said, let's get about 2 more good wins to get the rust off of you, and the things that we've been working on, so you can kind of perfect them a little bit. And then let's go for a big fight. Don't just be thrown back to the wolves just because you're back. Your name is still good, but you need to get it back out and become a little hotter and be a little more, known to the public that you're back. So he won the first one. They got him set up, like I said, in November. Then hopefully early January, and then maybe a big fight. But he in his time off, it's almost been 2 years. He's had time to live. We had time to train. Now, our very first fight together was when he fought Ortiz. Ortiz got thrown back out there. Now we've had time to work with each other. He get a chance to learn and put the final pieces together. If he does now what I'm asking him to do this last part, he should be unstoppable, because he's definitely young and he's still strong enough to make some noise and possibly win a title.
There's a lot of possibilities. I mean, heavyweight is slam full right now. It's getting even better. Speaking of Ortiz, they're talking about a fight with Deontay Wilder. What are your thoughts? Knowing Ortiz like you do, having a fighter in the ring with him against Deontay Wilder.
Ortiz, he's dangerous for him, because he has that power to neutralize any situation, even if he's losing. He's old. He's old. He's long in the tooth. He won't tell us how old he truly is, but those Cuban cats, they're not the age they tell you they are once they get here. They shave a few years off. But you can see it if you look at him. When I first met Luis, you can see he was a young, vibrant kid. But he's old now. You can see in his face he's old, and the weight that he's put on. When he was like 190 when I first met him, he's like about 230. Just steroids as a mother. But he's dangerous for anybody. He has good boxing skills, and he's very intelligent in the ring. So you can't cut him. You can't sell him short. Is he beatable? To me, very. But, you got to be on top of your game to beat him, because if he catches you with the right shot, it's lights out.
But is he beatable against Deontay Wilder?
Deontay's been so, I'm not going to say protected, but how would you guys put that? I don't know what to say he's been, but, he hasn't fought the top echelon of the division. He's beaten some guys, but maybe the division was kind of, depleted as he's been champion, but he really hasn't, to me, fought anyone of note that stamps that he's even champion, let alone the top contender. Good fighter, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he can't fight, but I haven't seen the best of him, and I just don't see where he's really, to me, he's champion for a reason. They got him there, but I don't see what's really been earned. I mean,
they talk about his right hand, and they talk about the right hand against every southpaw. But we're against every southpaw, where that big right hand is, there's a sneaky left hook inside that right hand too.
Right.
And I just feel that, my personal opinion is that Wilder's got that, windmill. I mean, he's got a windmill right hand, man. I mean, you don't need air conditioning in the event when you got a Deontay Wilder fight going on. When he wings that right hand, he better be ready for a small little left hook, because Ortiz does got a tricky left hand.
Well, if you watch the couple times I've watched Deontay, he doesn't throw his punches like really straight and crisp. They're all wide. It's like he's still amateurish. I mean, I don't want to downplay Mark Breeden, like that's a good friend of mine, but maybe he's not teachable because there's certain things he hasn't done, he hasn't perfected yet as a professional. I mean, he still fights kind of amateurish with the way he punches. So, if he's going to fight Ortiz, that's a tough fight. It's winnable for both. Because of youth, you give Deontay his edge, but because of smarts and then years of boxing in Cuba and then being in the pros here, Ortiz has a very good shot. It's a very winnable fight for Ortiz.
Well, let's talk about the fans of social media. Can you be reached on social media? I haven't really looked. I don't know. So a lot of trainers don't have social media. Tell the fans where they can reach you.
I'm 54 years old. I'm old school. I can't reach you.
Oh, come
I'm
on,
not a social media guy. That's not my thing. I have a Facebook page. I have a Instagram, but I'm not even on there, man. I did that years ago. I'm just I don't really. I guess I don't do my social media really.
You a trainer, man. You train. You grind every day.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, bro.
You a consummate pro,
that's
John David. I've always enjoyed watching every fight. In your career and all the fights that you train your guys for. Even though if they're assholes or not, in the ring, it's still. I've always enjoyed your work. And I'll tell you what, you're always a consummate pro. We'd love to have you back on, and we wish you the best in everything you do. If Kovalev doesn't come back around, doesn't look like it will, we wish you the best. If he does, we wish you the best. I don't know if you'd have him if he come back. He might have to do some apologizing.
Like I said, I haven't. Yeah, because I haven't read any of the things that he said yet, but I'm gonna read them soon. I just wanted to hear what he's been saying. But I hear a lot of I'm to blame for his loss. Okay, I'll take that. Well, when my time comes to tell my story, you'll see that I'm far from the blame for you losing a fight. But listen, I appreciate you guys having me, and I really do. Give me a chance to just kind of hear some of my differences out there.
You're welcome back anytime, Chan. We'd love to have you back on, and just keep on doing the damn thing.